What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Esports Roundup, where I recap this week in esports. I didn't do the show last week. A lot got in the way. First, I wanted to wait for my key lights to arrive, and then stuff kept adding up. So I skipped the week. All right, I'm sorry. Nevertheless, I would say let's just get right into it with our first and only topic. Bit of a meager week. I hope I can talk plenty about the only topic that we have, though, which is the FGC Renaissance. I've been talking about this a bit. I've been alluding to it. It's mostly just something I keep observing constantly, and I thought, you know what? I think this is worth its own topic, which is that the investment into fighting games is increasing at I want to say unprecedented rate. I don't think esports organizations have ever invested that much into the fighting games ever. Not that I would know, but basically it feels like every team has a fighting game player now. The only one I can think of that doesn't have one is Evil Geniuses, but that org is on the brink of death. It feels like it only has a Valorant team. But except for them, and also they had two fighting game players for the longest time. Not the longest time, but they've invested in the past. Every team has either a Tekken player or a Street Fighter player, or maybe a Guilty Gear Strive player. But yeah, it's crazy. I think, to be honest, the reason for that is that Tekken and Street Fighter came out with new titles relatively soon to each other, relatively close to each other, and the increased developer support, which the Capcom World Tour, etc., Bandai Namco. I don't think Bandai Namco has a world tour or anything like that. All right, quick editor's note: there is a Tekken World Tour. It does exist, and they even have a pretty cool website for it. Or it might be the Capcom Pro Tour. I'm not sure. They got a tour, okay? Evo being owned by PlayStation, Sony. They got more backing. There's a lot more infrastructure, but also even events like CEO, which I'm going to talk about a bunch in this episode. It seems they have gained a lot of prestige. And besides two major releases coming out, there's also Guilty Gear Strive, where there's the Arc World Tour, and there's a lot of developer support there. So it seems like it's the best time ever for these organizations to invest into the fighting game community and to sign up player. This also extends beyond the FGC onto games like Smash and all that stuff. I think they're experiencing something similar without developer support. So I don't think developer support is the only reason. I think it's a big reason, though. Not only that, I think the rise in prominence of the Middle Eastern organizations like Falcons, Twisted Minds, and what have you also plays a role in that, because a lot of people from the Middle East are really good at fighting games. So it's an easy connection, right? You're a Middle Eastern org. Oh, why not sign someone from the region who's already cracked at fighting games? It just makes a lot of sense. So we see a lot of players signed by Falcons, a lot of players signed by Twisted Minds, all that sort of stuff, and some less prominent orgs that also get their funding from the Middle East and reside there. So yeah, I just wanted to put that observation out there. Maybe if I find some more time, I'm gonna put up the list of all the recent signings from all the premier esports organizations, and that's not something I was able to put together before the show, but maybe when I'm editing, I'll have the time and I'll list all the freaking signings that have happened over the past year when Street Fighter and Tekken came out. Yeah. All right, here are just some of the organizations that have invested into fighting games recently. NIP, or Ninjas in Pajamas, Falcons, Team Vitality, Twisted Minds, Zeta Division, Navi, Cloud9, Shopify Rebellion, Red Bull, Team Liquid, FaZe Clan, Furia, Fnatic, Carmine Corp. Most of them signed players in 2024. So that really just showcases the current boom. Okay, we've had CEO, Community Effort Orlando, not in Orlando, in Daytona, Florida, the Fighting Game Championships, and for Tekken 8, Atif won. Yeah, a bit confusing. Also, I'm sorry, this is the best image I could find for some reason. There's a Latif in Guilty Gear Strive and an Atif in Tekken 8. That's just his first name. That's why he's called that. Congratulations to him for winning CEO Tekken 8. Then for Street Fighter 6, Punk won. Congratulations to Punk. And for Guilty Gear Strive, Umisho won. Congratulations to her. Alright, then for Smash Melee, we've had Wizzy win. I can't believe I missed it. I was just like, I didn't know, like, because Melee is a side event, and I was just on Twitter, and I saw Wizzy won the tournament. I was like, dude, I can't believe I missed it. I can't believe I didn't watch that set. Apparently very hype. He won from losers, big pivot grab or something like that, versus HBox. Shout out to Wizzy, newly signed, like I talked about. Yeah, congratulations to him. And for Ultimate, Cola won. Congratulations to him. Then in more Smash news, we've had Phantom happen in Australia. It had an Ultimate bracket. That isn't even on Liquipedia, so I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to talk about Melee. And Joshman won. The man from Australia himself, Moist Moguls, Joshman. Congratulations to him. All right, more on the Smash side of things. Smash Melee again. We've had Patchwork 2024 happen, and Junebug won the Donkey Kong main. Can DK win a major? Maybe yes. I don't think that was actually a major, but it is a big tournament. So yeah, congratulations to Junebug. Then on the League of Legends side of things, we have the LPL happening. We are currently in the Rumble stage. Listen, the whole format is complicated. There was a group stage, now we're in the Rumble stage, and then there's a playoff bracket. These are the standings, okay? I want to say that no team is eliminated yet, but I couldn't tell you with confidence. These are just the standings. All right, then we're also in the playoffs. We haven't had any games happen yet. For the LEC, we've got SK versus Heretics, Fanatics versus Giant X, Team BDS versus Mad Lions, and G2 Esports versus Carmine Corp. Alright, and then in the LCS, these are the standings. We've got Cloud9 in first place, tied with Liquid, and Shopify Rebellion in last with a 0-3 record. That's tough, but I think there's still a bunch of season to go. Okay, and then finally we have the LCK happening right now. This is the group stage. Gen G at the top with a 12-0 record, and at the bottom we have Bryon with a 13-12 record. Those are the games. Gen G is 6-0, Bryon is 0-6. Alright, that's gonna do it for me this week. Those are the only tournaments happening right now and nothing else. And yeah, I'll see you next time.